Never before in all our history have these forces been so united against one candidate as they stand today. They are unanimous in their hate for me, and I welcome their hatred.
The needs of working families and the middle class, not just the billionaire class. We know what's going on. We are paying attention.
Oh, good morning, everybody. I think we should call this the end of the human age now, because there's a lot of things happening all at the same time. Yellowstone, Planet Nine, aliens in general. I'm serious. That end of the human age. And, you know, climate change, Donald Trump, everything. It's a Saturday, and Laura Livengood is off watching her daughter get married somewhere in California that's not on fire. And that's rare, so she was going to show us that area, because California bad. I have a plague of flies in here, because I don't know why. Because it's a really warm garage, and it's like freaking cold as hell outside. We are having this really weird weather. It's climate change. It's all climate change. I've got Marcus here, and Dennis here. Dennis is sick, though. But say good morning, Marcus.
Yes, good morning, John. Good morning, Dennis. Good morning, America. Yeah, and what can I say? I never thought that I would ever share a feeling with the 45, but I completely agree about his quote when he says that he hates everyone in the White House.
I agree with him, too. That's nice. That's nice. Dennis, you going to say something to everybody? You can say good morning. Dennis is sick.
Good night. Sorry. Good night, arkadaşlar. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, let's start the show.
All right, there you go. Thank you for showing up. Dennis is sick, and we're going to give him crap on air for smoking a cigarette because, you know, you just do that when you're sick. But we're all hypocrites in our own ways, aren't we?
Wow, we are.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Ashley, how are you doing this morning? Jim and Brom and Babs and Eco and Jilly and who else is here? We got lots of people. Jim and Stock Post and Robert and Holly. How are you? So many people. Holy cow. I didn't expect everybody to be here. How many people? Yeah, look. 28. Huge crowd. 28 folks. That's awesome, Marcus. Good morning, everybody. So, I guess Laura Livengood can't report from us. She was going to show us everything that's going on. She's very excited. Daughter's getting married. Mother of the bride, right? That's exciting. Mm. I have a few things to talk about. Let me look at my list. There's a lot of things going on. If you haven't noticed, Marcus, a lot of things going on around the world. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Just, We the Peeps, though, that's coming up. Actually, we got more than that. We got PDPO, Progressive Oregon shows coming up tomorrow, right, with Larry. And that show's rocking. If you haven't seen it lately, watch it. Catch some of the past. He's talking about a lot of inside stuff on what we need to do in our democracy and how it functions. And have guests that do testimonies, and now he's working with Nancy Greenman with the Lynn County Democrats, and they've got a neighborhood program where they're going to find stories. We're going to bring those people on the show, so that's going to be cool. I feel like I'm off center with my chair. It's not right. I got to adjust. And I'm not trying to get the halo perfect. That's not the goal. It just feels weird. I don't know how to explain. It really does. Hey, all 30 of you.
St. John.
St. John. No. Monday, Darlene McDonald. She's running in 4th District, Utah. That's on We the Peeps. And then Wednesday is going to be interesting. So that Darlene McDonald, Utah 4th District. Wednesday, Rob Ryers, Arkansas 3rd District. He's considers himself a progressive Republican. So that'll be interesting to see what the hell that means. And you know how much he's a pastor. You know how much I love the religions. So that'll be a, Well, no, I mean, obviously we're going to talk about the issues, but I want to hear what my number one question is, and I want you guys to tell me if you guys have questions for Rob. Let us know. Drop at Bernie 2016 TV hashtag We the People, and let me know what questions you have ahead of time. Just because it's like the first Republican we've ever had on the show, right?
Yes.
My number one question is, what does the Republican Party mean to you? Because no one really knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I were to take Donald Trump's version of the Republican Party, okay, you're all Nazis. What's John McCain's version? What's Rob Ryer's version, right? So.
Exactly, and this would be exactly my opening question as well. I would say, why the fuck the Republican Party? Because I know that a couple of weeks or months meanwhile ago, he sat down with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and they had a discussion about issues. And this is nothing which I know from any Republican I know or heard about. And it promises to be among the great guests we had so far, to be a very, very interesting interview. And I only can advise you guys to join this. And we will see what he has to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And what, Dennis? You want to say something?
Yeah, I watched several meetings this Bob had with with Alexandria and the other guys, and he talked about that he's looking at himself as a old school Republican, meaning Eisenhower-like Republicans.
Oh, right, I did hear that.
Who had progressive ideas and implemented some policies that actually helped the American people. And he wishes to be going back with the Republican Party to that kind of times. This is what I get from him.
Well, that ought to be great. That ought to be great.
Yes, it is. It sounds great, but why is he doing a Don Quixote version? I don't know. He cannot have a success with his agenda in the Republican Party. It is impossible,
What did you call it? A donkey shot?
Yes. He's fighting the windmills, in the Republican Party are the windmills, and he's he's on his horse, and it is.
You're talking Don Quixote. Okay, wow. Okay, that must be a.
I don't get it.
I don't either. That's a great expression. No, well. First of all, he's in Arkansas, so running as a Republican is probably still a better idea than running as a Democrat. Okay, so you got to take that into factor. He's religious, pastor. That's probably a bonus in Arkansas. Do we have anybody in the audience from Arkansas? What tell us. What you think there. I personally like the idea of an Eisenhower. You know what else Eisenhower did? And this is what I'm going to ask him. The second question is, Eisenhower had the highest corporate tax rate ever. So I want to know if we're going to return to that. Because if that's the kind of Republican he wants to be, then I'm all over that. You keep your 90%. Bibles and your religion. I don't care, right? Just keep it out of my government and keep your hands off the vaginas. And, let's move forward. I want, let's find out where he stands on that. He apparently has a really, really good response for being pro-life, and I'm excited to hear what that is, because most pro-lifers are not. They don't have good responses. So anyway, I'm excited. So that'll be that. Donkey Show. Chemo's the Donkey Show.
Donkey Show. Good one.
Don Quixote. Well, yeah, I get it.
You pronounce it Don Quixote, okay.
Yes, Stock Post. While you were gone, Jilly, I gave away tickets to Mars. Elon finally got a hold of me, offered me half his business, and I just told everybody. And right, Tesla's on the way for everybody. Tesla's for everyone. It's the John No Show. No, sorry. That'd be great. I'd love to do that. Love to give everybody a Tesla. Yeah, real Jingy, 91% corporate tax. They found Jimmy. You guys are being hilarious. We're talking about Rob Ryers, Julie Love. Rob Ryers. He's our progressive Republican, which means Eisenhower Republican. That's where we're going there. Anyway, so that's next Wednesday. And so Sunday is the Progressive Oregon show. Monday, Darlene McDonald, 4th District, Utah. And then Rob Ryers on Wednesday, Arkansas, 3rd District. And we got him lined up after that, but I don't have cards or anything made for him. But you can You can get a notification. You can go to the home channel, Uphill Media, and on YouTube, this here, and you can click on those. The links are actually in the description, right? And you can get information. They're in the description. All right. So on with like trending news. Just some information we'll talk about because we're kind of like not doing the same thing these days with the show because things are changing within the network, and so that's what's going on. But there's still some stuff I want to talk about that's fun. Like the 25th Amendment is trending again, and it trends more often these days, and now it trends for fun reasons. Like, did you know that the president met the president of the Virgin Islands? That's just awesome. Right?
Yeah.
He actually met the governor, but
And
he didn't know.
did they go along? Did they have a good feeling with each other, or what was it? You know?
I don't know anything about the actual substance of the conversation he had with the governor of the U.S. Virgin Islands, but whatever.
You mean the president, John?
Right. It doesn't seem to be the point. You know, it doesn't matter. So. Anyway, I thought that was funny. More interesting though is so many more people are calling for his evaluation. There's tons of scientists that already said he's mentally unstable. Although we don't listen to our scientists, so I don't know what good that's going to do. There's lots of Republicans now that are screaming about how unstable he is. Everybody's screaming about it. I think somebody's already put in the articles of impeachment, but we're waiting for people to actually jump on the wagon, right? And I don't know that's where you'll see the money hold people back, because they go against him, they risk losing money train. That's really what it is, because a lot of people in the Republican Party that are on that money train understand that Trump is a great distraction, causes wonderful instability. They don't care because their money train moves on anyway. He creates a conflict, a war somewhere by accident. They're whatever. We make more money. More bullets get shot. More bombs get dropped. People die. That's collateral damage. Profit. Right? We have another group of Republicans that's evil, but they're like evil light. They're like the McCain Republicans. It was fine when we were bombing other countries and taking money, but now you've just made it wrong. There's too much going on bad in America. Right? And that's really what it is. Like, you can oppress a people to a point. And our greedy government has gone beyond that point of comfort for us in terms of oppression, and we're pushing back. And so that other Republicans group is like, let's just get back to when we were just dicks, not complete fucking assholes, just dicks. Right? That's really what we're trying to get back to. Hustler magazine founder Larry Flynn. When douchebags want douchebags gone. It's just, whatever you think of Larry Flint, Hugh Hefner's gone. Larry Flint might even have been a better guy because he wants Trump gone. Offers $10 million for info to help impeach Trump. Larry, I know you watch the show. So I just want to lay down some info that'll help you clarify what you really need. You don't need info on Trump. We have plenty. It's all out there on Twitter, the reasons why he needs to be impeached. What you need $10 million for is info on Congress. You need to get dirt on every fucking asshole in our government that wants Trump to stay. And you need to make that public. It has to be the bad dirt, right? The stuff we only find out about people like Weinstein, right? Because all of these evil asshole Republicans are doing dirty ass bad shit when they're off work. We just need to find out what it is. We need to make that public, and we need to blackmail them and say articles of impeachment or release of documents, your choice, right? That's because if we release the documents, then they lose their jobs, and that's fine with us too, right? So really, the damning information needs to be on Congress. Trump's unaffected. Right? Doesn't matter what we discover on him. He's given us, he's spoken all the shit we need. The president of the United States talked about grabbing women's pussies. That should be enough right there. He made fun of somebody with a disability. That should be enough right there. I mean,
oh yeah,
Jesus. Somebody posted on Twitter that I love this. Somebody posted on Twitter, remember Dan Quayle and how we said, he's not qualified to be president because he misspelled potato. I'd like to go back to that level of bar. Remember when that was good enough? Bill Clinton almost impeached because of shit he did in the Oval. Remember when that was good enough? The bar got lowered. Notice, though, between Dan Quayle and Bill Clinton, we went, Right. So, anyway, just saying. Pence doesn't matter, Jilly Love. Doesn't matter. We got to get the clown, the distraction out. Pence will push forth evil things. He's not going to come up with, I just want to decertify the Iran deal because fuck you. I mean, Pence might have an agenda, but his agenda is something that Congress will fight because it makes no sense, right? Trump's agenda is just writing executive orders, doing this, that, and the other. Congress doesn't care about that. Right? So I'm just saying. I don't.
Okay.
Pence isn't worse. What, Marcus?
Pence will do his stuff in the dark, while Trump needs to stand in the spotlight. That's the difference. But both will harm or are already harming the United States, and that's it.
They are.
And I think it's Larry Flint. It's a good promotional act, a good PR action, and I think if I remember right, he already was active with a similar thingy during the Clinton administration, but I'm not sure about it. I didn't research this. I only have it in mind.
I don't know.
It is not the first time that he appears on the political stage with such a wanted advertisement.
Absolutely. I agree. Pence is evil. Brahm. Froze. That's hilarious. I didn't really think of it, but that's sad for Leslie Nielsen that you see Pence as Leslie Nielsen. I can see that. That's really. Leslie Nielsen, you're out there. Is he still alive? I don't know if he's still alive. If he is, he could play Pence. That'd be hilarious. Where was I going with this? This is only just in terms of impeachment, guys. I don't. That doesn't mean I think it's gonna happen. Maybe that'd be nice by the end of the year. But for the holidays, Trump gone for the holidays, that would be lovely. I bumped my head this morning. I did. On what? Why do you say that? Do you think I'm being more strange than normal? I don't
see any difference, and
I don't either. Quick shout out to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who has a big article, or is mentioned here in this Mother Jones article about New York voting laws, because she's working hard to get rid of whoever she's fighting out there. There's Joe Crawley, I think it is. Right, and she was just doing a big push because New York has really messed up voter laws. You had to re-register by yesterday to be able to vote in the midterms next year. And they changed that. Like, we're just gonna fuck with you and change you. Welcome to New York, right?
Yeah.
And that's just ridiculous. That's voter suppression, right? Voter suppression.
And
I bumped my head on Pence. Is that what you're saying?
And we should not forget to send belated congratulations to her birthday. Yeah, if you see this, Alexandria, happy birthday to you.
Oh yeah, didn't realize that. That's awesome. Thank you. I have the best Pence image ever. I just got to load it up. You guys will love this if I find it. I know. Just sit here and wait for it. No, we'll talk about other stuff. I'll load it up in a minute. It's I'm sure if Pence has seen it, he's very upset about it. Wait, hang on. Before I talk about the ACLU, I want to make sure I didn't forget something here. 25th Amendment. No, what we're doing. Oh, what we're doing. So, ACLU is next. So here's where we're at. Right? Uphillmedia.org is the URL, and it works. Go there. Let me know if you guys have problems with it. We had some DNS issues, but should be fixed. That's the website. That's for the nonprofit. Donate.uphillmedia.org is how you donate now. Everybody that's still pay into the John Ellis Patreon, thank you very much. And I can do extra special things for that. Thank you very much. Stay there. But anybody who wants to donate more, or you can leave there if you're like, I'm tired of Patreon, screw your Patreon. But you still want to donate, Action Network is where we're going now because, well, it's official nonprofit, so you should be able to write that off. Say I donated X dollars to this nonprofit and claim it as a tax fund thing. And I'll get we have an EIN. We actually got the information back from the IRS with our official EIN. So there you go. John mentioned flies in the studio. He said swarm. Oh.
And
what? And what?
And we reactivated the super chat.
Oh, I forgot about that. Shit. Did I do that? Is it on here? Did I turn it on here?
Yeah, it is on. It is on. I can
the
see
super
it
chat is on. I forgot about this. YouTube answered my support question. Twice. That's huge. That's unprecedented. It's like that's. If you want proof, that to me, I don't believe in God. That would be the closest thing to proof. That somebody talked, you got YouTube and sent the force down and got him to talk to me.
It is a case for the X-Files, you know.
Absolutely, I want to believe.
Yeah.
It's anyway. So that's amazing. So yeah, so we have Super Chat back. We're monetized. We're connected to. We have a real nonprofit. We have a website. We're connected to the Action Network, and we applied to go to YouTube for nonprofits. Not really sure what all that does for us, but it's there, and I figured if nothing else, let's go there because we're a nonprofit as opposed to here where we're not. So we'll see. We're in the process of being accepted into YouTube nonprofits. They sent us a note back. So anyway, so that's one thing. We're getting legit. The reason why we're getting legit is because we're kind of stepping up to do more things. What we are doing is focusing on how we can best help local candidates in critical areas as identified by the organizations that know what they're doing, like Our Revolution, Brand New Congress, Justice Democrats, those guys, okay? And the shows that we do will be designed to either help candidates or help the organizations in those local areas grow or recognize each other. It's just that's our focus. We're not a news channel. We're not competing with TYT. We're not competing with any of those guys. However, we are interested in bringing perspective that is otherwise not available. So we are doing an Uphill World News with Marcus leading that team, and they will be providing us with a European perspective on things and then giving us an American dumb down so we can understand what it applies to us, right?
It is not only it is in fact it is a world news, and we will address topics which are normally not shown in the mainstream media. Like we plan a very nice thing around the unconditional basic income and stuff. We will go in this direction and give all the needed info. Maybe we can make it happen that we have a guest for the show or for other topics, and of course we are open for your suggestions. What are your topics which you see you are not covered in the mainstream media and you want to know more about it? So we will do a research and we'll try to find out and find our perspective and we will present it to you.
There you go.
I think it would be a good addition to the formats we are already running.
Thank you guys, both of you, for working on that.
Yeah.
I'm excited about
Or
that.
for example, how police training is in Germany versus America, something like this. So guys, we are open to your suggestions.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much.
And Bram, thank you very much for your donation. Thank you. Great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you, Bram. I wanted to say this because I saw your message before. I can do the shipping now. I don't know how I get you, although you just gave me money, but I just if you want me to prepay for shipping, I back up. If you haven't noticed, I'm bad with accepting things and taking compliments. I'm awkward with it, like fucking Rain Man awkward with it. So there it is. All right. So thank you, and for all your generosity, everybody. and everything you say and do that I go about because I'm weird. I'd love to have your motherboard and the stuff that you offered, Bram, because I'm definitely going to need it. Because I'm definitely having problems with stuff here. It looks like I'm going to need to replace this mixer. Go figure, it's like 22 years old. So,
Fossil.
I love my mixer, but it's, it's pretty fucking old. Anyway, so that would be great. And thank you very much for donating. And the super chat's back on, and we're moving because we're going to expand and grow, because we're going to help local organizations. And so that brings to the next thing, what we're doing with. And so you guys remember a while back I said that I'd sent out a proposal to Nina Turner and the OR folks, and then we didn't really hear much. And I sent them a couple more emails, and then I thought they were interested, and then they kind of dropped off face of the earth, and I got butthurt because that's what happens. And then I was like, this is what normally goes on, and then we'll just leave it alone. We'll move on forward. And then I was like, you know what? It doesn't really matter. This is how we started before, and we're just, right? That's the cycle of, the cycle of butthurt. Anyway, I finally heard back after Scott died, and we kind of got connected there with OR, and they're in Iowa. They're now trying to figure out what to do next. They want to really, really politicize Scott's death, and Scott was very eager to have that done. Really, it was like, take it and run with it, and use it to bring attention to the issue, right? Healthcare for all, particularly in Iowa. So use it as a catalyst. I don't have anybody in Iowa now that can do the solo, right? Like Scott did, and have all those connections. There's an interesting email conversation going on with people that were involved in the services for Scott about how to move forward next. The email conversation I just had with the national OR team, we're going to have a conversation next week. I'm waiting to schedule the date. But the topic is, how do we move forward together and make the biggest impact? That's the topic that they set for this discussion. All right. So that's, I want you guys to just be excited about that, because we're here because of you. And now with this relationship, we're going to make a bigger impact, whatever the hell that looks like. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to find out what that is. So, and a big, huge thank you to Larry Taylor, who has become like the second financier for this network, really. There's Lori Miller, who keeps it running here. And then there's Larry Taylor, who's able to help us get things that we couldn't get otherwise. And Larry is pitching to get the 2 ridiculously expensive Verizon USB SIMs that we need in order to do live broadcasts, which brings me to what I was forgetting about, which is the People's Summit, November 26th in Portland, somewhere up in Portland at a church. It's going to be on the 26th unless the church calls back today and tells us they screwed up again, because they screwed up before. The point being that we're doing a People's Summit. It's going to be a 2-hour live stream broadcast, and there's another 2 hours that's going to go offline for the group to do a reorg, because it's the Progressive Oregon Caucus PAC meeting. But before that, I'm hoping that Nina Turner will be available to speak. She has not committed to it because I haven't given her the set date, because I gave them the date that the church gave us before. And about 5 minutes after I sent the email, they said they made a mistake and that the date was bad. So I had to send her another email and say, we don't have our shit together, and I'm very sorry. So anyway, once we're confirmed all these things, our goal is to do a People's Summit. The topic of the summit will be getting ready for 2018, beating the establishment, gearing up for the midterms, basically kind of a rally before we all go off to the holiday season. And let's make sure we all call it the Happy Holidays for Donald. Whenever you're referencing the holidays this Christmas, he's going to order us all to call it Christmas again. Merry Christmas at the White House. He's made it. We're supposed to all call it that because it's unpatriotic, or so. I don't know what his deal is with that. So I sent him a message this morning. I said, you are a fucking moron. Happy holidays. So make sure you use happy holidays. Anyway, People Summit. We're going to have guest speakers. I'm hoping one of them can be Nina. If not, it's going to be hopefully somebody within the Our Revolution organization at some level that can address it. We're going to bring in other people. We're not asking people to come in. The 2-hour event will include, three, 4 speakers, and then some testimony from some people. And then there'll be an ask to get donations and rallying donations for candidates. We might have some local candidates speak. So yeah, we're working on that. We're going to broadcast it, and it's only going to be in like a small venue in Portland, like 100 people. But then we're reaching the main thing. This is to have a virtual broadcast. So, Yeah. No one likes my tweets when I send those out like that. Like, people are afraid to. Oh, he called him fucking. It's like 2 years ago, the harshness I was using on Twitter, people were like, you really shouldn't say that. That's really unprofessional. Today I look at Twitter and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm not. People are way worse than me talking to Donald Trump. I'm light. Yeah. I'm light. So anyway, Marcus, you're smiling.
If we're talking about Trump, I'm always smiling. Nearly always.
Nice.
Well, Trump. It was. There are new. The 25th Amendment, as you said, is now taken into consideration. You talked about this before, and I read an article where they are really, really worried about Trump. And I think you told me that they are tracking him secretly, so they got to know that he is not doing any nonsense, and they can. They are trying to keep him in line, and this is all they are doing right now. And I only can hope they keep him under control.
Huh. Right. I don't know. We've got some stuff to show you that may not matter. Trump can do what he wants, but Yellowstone may just end it all for us. It doesn't really matter.
Yes,
right?
yes. So this comes to this situation. Exactly.
Yeah. I'm Antifa too. You're either a Nazi or you're Antifa. It's pretty simple. That's what it is. Ellis, it's a good one, Marcus. Yes.
Trump's so Germany.
Yes, Dennis had the power fist.
You cannot be a little bit pregnant, You are either just like an artist we are referring later to said, you got to decide, either you're with us or against us.
Right, case. Right. I think that it's the say. Yeah, you can't be a little bit racist either. Racist light, which America has a lot of that going on. Racist. John Oliver, I can't play any of his stuff because it's big old corporate Viacom that hates us. But if you have an opportunity to watch it or can find it, or you're not paying for cable, he's got some of the best stuff out there talking about core issues. This is one of the issues that I'm going to be addressing hopefully soon, and we're looking at. Hopefully, Betsy Cunningham with the PDPO show will be able to get somebody from the ACLU to be at the summit and possibly be one of the speakers. But this is an interesting thing. I'm ignorant about how where legal people fit into the public servant realm, right? But they are public servants, and they're supposed to listen to the effing people. But apparently they don't think so. They're really irritated about that. The ACLU is going around doing no. Here's one of the amazing things. Like 8 out of 10 district attorneys, these judgeships and other spots in the legal system go uncontested. And we've all seen the blue, at least, well, I know not you guys. Here in America, if you've gotten your ballot, your Oregon or otherwise where you can get your ballot, we mail-in ballot. There's like District 9th judge, District 8 judge, this prosecutor, whatever. And there's most of the time there's no one competing against them. It's their name, and I can write in other. Now, I don't know what qualifications it takes. I'm guessing you have to know something about the law, although the executive branch of the government seems to just belay that fact. Anybody who wears a suit and a tie and is white and agrees with us can have any role they want. So I don't know. Maybe we can do that with judges. Doubtful. We need to find lawyers or young judges, whoever it is, that are qualified to run against these district attorneys that are assholes. And I know they're assholes because I just dealt with a personal experience that ended very sadly yesterday. And the judgment is abhorrent. There is no justice being served here. It's basically, if you have money, you can do less time or get away with it. If you don't have money, you are at the full mercy of the court, and the court is a fucking asshole that doesn't give a fuck about you because they wanted money, and now you don't have any money, so they're pissed. That's how our system works. It's disgusting. And prosecuting attorneys, DAs, they don't do their jobs based on a moral compass. They do their jobs to win. It's to win. And so we need to change that. And in order to change that, we have to elect judges that have moral compasses. We have to elect DAs, prosecuting attorneys. We have to put these people in office that are going to do what we say. And they're going to do judgment the way we want them to. Because they are public servants that are supposed to listen to and bow to public pressure about the issues. Because they have the option. They have a wide breadth of options in terms of they can be nice, they can be assholes, right? I just watched one be a complete asshole. In the essence of the court case, an alcoholic, drug addict, deadbeat dad who never paid a dime in child support just took another $20,000 from the same mother to spare the child from 5 years in prison. And the charges were mostly bullshit. So, in a system that values money over what's right or just, 20 grand or 5 years in prison, your choice. Those were the choices. Now, the truth is, had we had a prosecuting attorney that gave a shit, that had a moral compass, that wasn't a complete fucking douchebag, all the charges could have been dropped, could have been lessened. It could have been worked out in work release. It could have been, there were all sorts of options. Everything's on the table. But basically it's no. We're going full bore because we can. How much money do you have? Think about the thousands of people in this country that don't have shit. That end up going to prison for things they shouldn't be going to prison for and spending years there to come out completely useless to society. And it's our fault. So this is a message to the judicial system of Benton and Lynn counties. I'm coming for your fucking ass. And you're going to straighten up, fly right, or we're going to boot it out of your fucking office. Because the way you run your justice system is shit. I just witnessed it. And if it runs that way for a white kid down here, I can't imagine what it would be like for a person of color. Can't fucking imagine. And I was told that the judge we had was one of the more kind-hearted guys. But really, in the end, it's not his decision. If there's a plea worked out between the two dickhead lawyers, then that's the plea. The judge just stamps his things on it and calls it good. So we're going to make some fucking changes down here in the legal system. Because I just watched somebody I love get fucked by an asshole drunk addict who should be dead. I'm still working out how to make that happen. Anyway, that's that story about the ACLU. So hopefully we'll get somebody from them to talk to us at the meeting. That would be great. This is the most funny thing I've seen in a while. I just had to share it with you. I'll leave that right there. What do you think, Marcus?
Put Clinton Foundation in charge of Puerto Rico relief. Why not?
Hey guys, that worked really good for Haiti.
Yes.
What?
It worked very good for Haiti.
Oh yes. Sorry, I was reading comments. Yeah, I think that's about the fun. That's yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Why not? And
Yes.
why not take some money, a lot of money from 45 also? You know. Why not? Yeah, why not putting a relief tax on the top 1%, an extra tax, you know, for the unity of the country, maybe.
Yeah.
Then they can show if they are real patriots or not.
Absolutely.
Marcus, your idea is pie in the sky. What are you talking about, man?
What?
I'm sarcastic. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, they are trying hard to repeal the estate tax that only infects 2,000 people, and and the
Yeah.
Trump family will save 9 billion in a 10-year period with this. So yeah,
Yes. And look how 45 is now trying to sabotage the healthcare system, and uh, it is ridiculous,
It is.
and this is a sign that he is. This is what is worrying, because this shows that there is no plan behind it. Absolutely not. It is pure hatred, revenge. He is jealous of Obama. Maybe that Obama is much more like than him. I don't know what he's thinking, but this is no clear sense he has in his mind. Also, what he is doing with Iran now, in which he questions the nuclear deal, and this makes absolutely no sense at this moment to come with this. There is absolutely no profit on a political base or on a maybe on an economic base to do it like this. It is stupid. It is Trump. Yeah.
It is. It is. Although I hear a lot of I see a lot of articles out there that say a lot of the things that he screams about and signs and tries to do are either not going to be implemented or can't be implemented, or Congress will shut them down in one way or another, that a lot of it's just distraction talk, right? And that's one of the reasons I want to get him out, is because a lot of the things that he's doing aren't really going to take effect or have an effect unless Congress does something else or something else occurs, right? So
yes, and he to me now he looks like a bad impression, a silly dumb impression of a Shakespeare's play, maybe Lady Macbeth, who is running around the castle and going nuts, and he's in the same state of mind, in my opinion.
Right. Exactly. Interesting comment, Brom. We have vets who commit suicide at a very high rate. Why don't they take out some corrupt politicians and CEOs instead? I think that'd be a better way than just killing yourself.
Ooh.
That sounds like something I'd say. Damn.
Yes, exactly.
That's interesting to hear it.
But
sounds harsher not coming out of my mouth. What?
I think we should not go. I understand what Bram means, and I know the emotions behind it, but I think it is no serious basis to discuss this. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a tragedy what happens with your veterans down there. I noticed or I read it somewhere that there is a very, very high percentage of the veterans who are committing suicide. But it's no solution if they address with their problems in this way to CEOs or someone else.
guys,
Yes, but
it's a typical thing. Soldiers are used like toilet paper.
Yep.
They use for their for their thing. After that, you wipe your ass with them, and it's horrendous. I think we should. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to start a whole thing about this, but this is the whole thing I want to say about this, is because it's so tragically. 1 billion for military, and you can't treat your veterans.
No, that billion is for weapons, not people.
I mean trillion. Sorry,
trillion. Yeah, that's for
And I see that Bram is a veteran, and I can feel his emotions. I'm not supporting your wars, absolutely not.
No.
But if you send someone to a war, mostly young people, and if they are coming back and you as a country doesn't serve and care for the one you send to a war, this is what can someone make really angry and desperate about this. I can feel it. Yeah.
Bernie had a good he said in Congress at a Senate hearing, if you send young people to war, you have to have the money to take care of them when they're coming back. If you don't spend those kind of money, don't send them to war.
Yeah.
No. Then if you don't send them to war, you cannot generate the money you would need, or they would need.
Yeah, Sam made the perfect example when he was on the show. He said, for 500 papers of white paper and so on in Walmart, you pay $5. At the military, $20. There you
Yes.
see
Yeah.
the whole
Exactly.
thing. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Ah, yeah.
So let's move on, guys.
And yes, Brom, you did have a John moment. It's okay. You can have those.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's called being outraged and human.
Yeah.
I just throw this in here. Colorado, poor Colorado. The point really is, I mean, this is happening a lot of places. The water under Colorado's eastern plains is running dry as farmers keep irrigating Great American Desert because they're taking subsidies to grow corn, which you don't even want them to fucking grow. This is the story in other places. California, up in the Fresno area, Texas. Well water is running dry, people. And Nestle's putting it in plastic bottles. It's kind of frightening. On a more, this is a more lighthearted thing, believe it or not. So you guys know that Bernie Sanders is speaking at the Women's Conference, National Women's Conference, Women's March put on, which is October 27th, 28th, 29th. The Hill put out a false story that he was headlining. He's not headlining. Yeah. Maxine Waters is headlining, and that was announced 2-3 weeks ago, and nobody seemed to give a shit. Then they announced that Bernie Sanders was going to be introducing Maxine Waters and providing the opening speech at the 3-day event, and a whole bunch of Hillbots got all upset about it. Why wasn't Hillary asked? She was. She declined. She was too busy being butthurt and selling her book.
No. She couldn't pay her enough.
Yeah, they probably couldn't pay her enough, I bet.
Probably she couldn't sell some copies of her books. So yeah.
Right. So I just wanted to make sure we got the story straight. The Mashable story has the full details of what's going on and takes the time to explain it. The Hill story was a headline that was incorrect, and it's unfortunate that the Hill has. I don't even know if they've issued a retraction, but you know, that's anyway. I wanted to show you guys something that I thought was funny, because I was like, how many people? Like, it's a 3-day event. How many people are speaking of this? It can't be like, 2-3 people. It has to be a bunch of fucking people. It's 60 people. This is a screenshot of 44 of them. Bernie's the one with the little arrow. Just so that all the people who are upset that Bernie's speaking understand that he's like one of two. There are two token men. Bernie's a token speaker. You get that? Like on South Park, they have the token black guy. Token. Bernie's the token, one of the token white males to speak at the women's conference. So you could, I want to flip it around, right? And say, this is discrimination here.
Exactly, and it doesn't. In the end, it doesn't matter. It is on the other hand, it's not discrimination. It's kind of racism to say that we exclude all men, and Bernie is one of those men who stands for emancipation, who fought for women's right and so on. And if one man is invited and has the right, I think, in my opinion, to talk about women's rights, etc., then it is Bernie. And to deny this is a strange kind of understanding of what we humans are, right?
Yeah. I can't even find the other guy who's speaking, and just. Absolutely. Sorry.
He'll be Bernie Sanders for the day.
That's nice. Varied vids. He'll be Bernie Sanders for the day. Why not? And what if he was? We're forgetting about our LGBTQ folks, right? So, I mean, really, Hillbots, shut the fuck up. Seriously. Yeah. Anyway. Right, it's the Hillary cabal. I know. Yeah. Peter Douche, whatever his name is, I'm sure he got all upset. Peter Douche is the angry burner, but Peter Dow, the other guy, I'm sure he flipped his lid when this came out. Stirring the pot. I know. Oh, and Emily's List, that was the other funny thing, right? Because Emily's List had Bill Clinton speak. Having to speak. I mean, think about that. One, is a rapist. You're having a rapist speak. Emily's List. Think about that. Bill Clinton, he's flown on that rape plane, right? Where the billionaire people, they fly in the plane. Yeah. Yeah. That's Bill Clinton. What a great guy.
Yeah.
It's all about the money.
It is. Here's the cover on the Yellowstone. There's their picture. So Yellowstone has a giant supervolcano underneath it. It erupts every 635,000 years, roughly. No, that's the last time it's erupted. It generally erupts every 150-ish thousand years, and it hasn't for a while. It hasn't for 635,000 years. And so it's and now people are saying it's being more it's active. It's kicking up. It's not good. All right? We're all just living at the mercy of a supervolcano under Yellowstone. Puts things into perspective, doesn't it, says Josh Fox.
So,
It really does.
Maybe it is a joke. Don't take me serious. Maybe we should pray to the Yellowstone monster, you know, because he decides how long we live.
A whole new religion. I love it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I don't know. Hey, Charles Mon. How you doing?
Oh, Charles.
John,
Yeah. What's up?
would you be a prophet? Can we pray to you?
Ha! To be a prophet. That's hilarious.
Can you be the Lord of all?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Sorry, guys.
No. It would be a Rasta-based religion of some kind, more than likely.
Yeah. I always wanted these dreadlocks and all this stuff.
Yeah. Working on. Hey, who's watching the Orville?
Not yet.
Great
Not
Star
yet.
Trek
Not yet.
show. Well, I mean, come on. The Orville is basically Star Trek with Seth MacFarlane jokes stuck in the script, right? CBS. I won't watch your show until I can get it on demand, on my regular cable channel or on Netflix. And even then, I'm not sure I'm going to watch it because I so like the Orville, which is free with all the cable I already pay for. But yeah, so that's all I have to say to CBS and their Star Trek Discovery. I love the Orville, which is basically the Next Generation plus Seth MacFarlane jokes. It's really good. Guys should check it out. What do you guys think of that? They had an episode about people who had they're meeting their enemy, which is the Krill, and they have this religion that's really crazy. It's very violent. Although, when you compare it to like Catholicism, look at the past, it's not all that different. Big, thick book, a lot of praying, a lot of death. What?
John, did you watch the new Star Trek Discovery?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was just talking about. No, I won't watch Star Trek Discovery. Dennis, did you hear anything I just said? No, I'm watching the Orville, which is on Fox. They may not do good news, but they do good sci-fi on Fox.
Yeah, not really. It's not available here for me.
No, you don't like the Orville?
No, I watched Star Trek Discovery on Netflix.
Yeah, see, because you can get it on Netflix, Dennis. I can't. What they did was they allowed CBS, being greedy dicks, gave it's everybody in the world except for U.S. customers can watch the show. U.S. customers have to sign up for the CBS streaming service only. Yeah, fuck you, Germans. Assholes. Take you out. Fucking, yeah. So,
Yeah.
But every time I look at the post, because they're really trying to push it, because I know ratings are bad. Every time I look at the post from them in Facebook, all I see is angry faces and comments that say "fuck you," basically. So I'm sure the ratings aren't doing what they spent the money. I know they spent a shit ton of money on the show. So hopefully you'll realize that your little greedy gamble ain't gonna pay off. So Orville's great. If you're an Orville, start with more humor.
I will
Not
watch
British
it.
dry humor. What, Dennis? You're gonna try it?
I will try it out.
Oh, hey, we're buffering going on. Sorry. Yeah, but I watched the first episode of the new X-Files. It looked like they didn't even bother to update and All right, everybody. It looks like we're back up. Kongpass has stopped dicking with us. CBS must have heard what I was saying. See, as we grow this network, what we need to do is get it out of this garage or apply for a business cable contract with Comcast and we get business class, and then I can get that. Maybe that would change things. I don't know. I don't know. That's the best bet would be to put this in another building. You know. Sorry, guys. We deal with what we deal with.
And here we are normal now. Again.
Yes, and there is Melissa H with a good question. Did John ever talk about today's card?
Oh, no. Well, no, I didn't. Today's card actually has nothing to do with what I thought it had. Well, in general, it does. It's a general German statement, right? So that is a German football team at some German football game, and
we are talking about football, not soccer.
Right.
We are talking about football.
Well, right.
Okay.
Otherwise, you guys are brutal because if you play never mind. No helmets. I mean, come on. Anyway, yes, this is a soccer game for Americans. It's a soccer game. They're kneeling, but the general purpose of the kneel was to just Germans being nice to each other and respectful and world unity and that kind of lovey-dovey shit. Right? That's what it was for. A nice message, but it is in unity with Kaepernick, but it's not, or Kaepernick, but they that's not the point there. They're not, because you know what? Marcus said the best point about this ever, and that was that at your games.
Guys, I think they are hearing us.
Good.
Because they're reacting in the chat to what we are talking.
I know, because I turned the audio back on. We're live.
Oh.
Hey, Dennis, welcome to the show.
Whatever you're taking for the flu must be heavy, man. That must be some good cough syrup.
Send me some of your stuff, man.
Yeah, they make it with the good shit over there in Germany.
Yeah, obviously.
So,
Yes.
anyway, yeah.
Well,
To tell the fact though, here's the big thing. What don't they do at the beginning of your sports events over there?
yes, it is not that we are having our national anthem played at the beginning of a match. We do this, I think, in our cup final play, in our cup final game, and only if our national team is playing against another country. And
Okay, the big ones.
Yes, the real big ones, and otherwise it is not important to accompany a game, a football game or whatever game with our national anthem. Why? Why should it be? This is a game. And
does your military fly overhead during games?
No.
Only if they are stationed nearby, but not for the purpose to be in addition to the game.
No, just to strafe the field, or just for a view. They just want to watch some of the game. They fly by.
In Germany, especially in Germany, we have strict regulations around military, so they are not allowed to fly anytime and so on. So therefore, something like this will never happen. And no, this is really a typical American thing. Sorry, guys.
Yes.
It is
what you see. Yes, and what you see in the card, the kneeling players. I think it was one of some or many actions which are done in our arenas and stadiums to promote anti-racism or other stuff. And I think. And it is a ritual. I think at the end of a game, some teams are kneeling before their fans and celebrating with them. And I think this could be taken from there too.
Oh, how nice! How nice. Bye, Bram. Thank you for dropping by.
Yeah, thank you, Bram.
Well, good. So there's your story.
Yeah.
Kneeling in Germany. I wish we were more like Germany. Whoever thought I'd say that as an American? You'd have told me that I was going to say that when I was 12. Like, no. Does Germany have the Dukes of Hazzard? Fuck you. You know, that'd probably been my answer.
I don't want to be a Nazi.
No. I mean, we just didn't know what Germany was at that point. Germany was just this country. We don't know anything more about them. East Germany, we talked about that because that was the scary part. West Germany was like, whatever. They're just one of those little annex countries of the U.S. I knew about him. Yeah, our tax dollars pay for the flyovers. They do. Every time a bunch of stupid jets fly over a dumb football game in America, that's a lot of jet fuel. That's a lot of expense. Every time Mike Pence flies somewhere in a military jet, what's that, 30 grand? You know? It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. The waste.
Yeah.
Guys, if you watch a government flight over your house or something, think about this kind of money. It costs around $200,000 a flight.
What? A plane?
Just,
the flight? Yeah.
Yeah. A plane. Just for example, you watch it and you look at it and say, this could pay for college for my kids. This could pay for healthcare for a year, and so on. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, you need to add a few zeros because each plane is millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of fucking dollars. Millions.
Yeah.
Okay. We could fix everything with the military budget. I want to see the military budget get the education budget in this country. I want to see the two flipped. Yeah, I want to see them scramble with 0.6% of our whatever budget is, right? That's what they should get. We don't need fucking military that big ever. Anyway, moving on. I want to talk about these stories. These are more fun. Here's the giant hole. That's a bad opening. It's a weird picture of it. There's two things going on in Antarctica that's really strange. The rest of the stuff we're going to talk about is all like sciencey physics stuff because it's kind of cool what's going on. Hookers and what?
What?
I look up and I see lots of pollution. Yes, froze toes, and then these are chemo 3 in a row, and then hookers and blow. But spelled like it's a band. Is that the name of a band? Is there a record out? Anyway. Yeah. Oh, great movie. Yeah, Great Blow is a great movie. Yes. Oh, on the flights, the military planes. I'm sure you get a C-4, one of those giant seaplanes. Yeah, it's just a dance party. That'd be a fun thing to do with one of those. But think about how much fuel they use. It's crazy. Antarctica, giant ass hole opening up in the middle of it. The size of Maine or some other state, they keep saying it's huge. Right? Not only that, but they've discovered this weird pocket underneath that is unstable. It's air and earth, and that's causing a slicing of this area. Not good things going on with the warming of the planet. It's really we don't even know what that's. Scientists, we have no idea. Literally, scientists, we don't know why it's really happening. We could assume climate change, or we could assume climate change factors, but scientists will have to do studies to figure out, right? Because that's how science works. They don't just make statements, right? So, but it looks bad, along with all the other things going on. This is not good. Yellowstone, hole in the Antarctic. If this were flat Earth, what would be happening? Would it be draining? I mean, where does that hole go? Just pouring out the bottom, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the Earth would just swallow us all whole and let out a big belch. Well, let's start.
It's a giant anus.
Well, we're like a boil on the anus, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're like hemorrhoids to this planet.
Yeah. Yes. Oh dear.
So that's happening, and that's weird. Here's a better picture of there's a hole in Antarctica, dear Liza. That's big. We don't know why, but it's not good. Even more, Monday. If you thought Sunday was going to be exciting with Progressive Oregon, Monday, physicists will be announcing an unprecedented discovery. Has something to do with gravitational waves. We think, because we now can see them. We know they exist. Gravitational waves. You understand how exciting that is. The first step in being able to manipulate something is we got to be able to see it. We had an inkling that they were there. Science knew they were there. Then science figured out how to detect them and seed them. And now we're going to figure out how to master gravitational waves if we don't kill ourselves, or climate doesn't kill us, or Yellowstone doesn't blow us. Isn't that fucking awesome? And we don't
Star
even know
Trek
what
is becoming reality.
another aspect of it. Star Trek has been becoming reality since Star Trek, but yes, another aspect there of it. We flip phone, and now this. So,
Yeah.
the ocean released it into rain bombs. Yeah, most likely. I know what you're talking about. What was
It is-
already announced? It's not Monday. This is no, what was already announced. Stock. Don't you dare tell me or get me a link. No. It's not the gravitational waves. This is something else. Something else. New. This is new. It's coming up.
It is remarkable to see the run between science and stupidity. If you look at this news and Donald Trump, right?
Well, yes. All right. My understanding was there was a new thing. If I missed it and I'm late or I got this wrong on the dates, whatever. Gravitational waves. It's cool. There's two more things. It's a lot of science. Two more things. They now have a whole bunch more information and data, all right, about Planet 9. There's basically the Kuiper Belt, which is the outermost distant belt of stuff that orbits around the sun, goes the wrong way. It's fucked up. And scientists are like, the only reason it could do that is because of another giant ass mass of gravity affecting the flow of the Kuiper Belt. They can't find it. They've been looking for it, but now they have a lot more data on it to determine where it is. This could be where our alien brothers are. This could be where the ships are coming from. And I say that, and don't think I'm like going all Alex Jones on y'all, because, no, that's the wrong picture. Here. Because, come on, here. This is in the Huff Post, all right? So don't tell me, oh, you got that out of the Inquirer. No, this is in the Huff Post. Manager of DoD Aerospace Threat Program, UFOs are real. They're going to be releasing information here soon. This was put out on 10/11/2017. Okay. Something extraordinary was revealed today. Former high-level officials and scientists with deep black experience who have always remained in the shadows came forward on one platform. These insiders have long-standing connections to government agencies which may have programs investigating unidentified aerial phenomenon. The team includes a 25-year veteran of the CIA's Directorate of Operations, a Lockheed Martin program director for advanced systems at Skunk Works, and a former deputy assistant secretary of defense for intelligence. Now, I'm just going to skip to the story. Okay. If I can find it. I'm just going to tell you the story because I don't know where it is. In here, they talk about an incident in 2004 off the aircraft carrier Nimitz. 2 F-18s were flying. They encountered an object that turned around, flew backwards while looking at them. They've got footage of it. Real good HD, not bullshit like night vision. They've got HD camera footage of this thing. They know it exists. They sent up more F-18s. They had no idea how to do with it. Okay, so it's a real unidentified flying object. That was in 2004. We had an incident that was released, footage. I don't remember when the year it actually happened, but it was Chilean Navy helicopter pilots that have FLIR camera footage of an actual object. That's 2 verified. They said no government in the world claimed to own that vehicle. 2 unidentified flying objects. Okay.
Of course.
So that's just the evidence that they have. But these guys are going to announce, they're saying they're going to release more documents, images, footage, stuff. We already know that SETI has said within the next 20 years, we will encounter aliens or have definitive proof that they exist somewhere else. All right. That's what they're figuring out. If we can survive long enough, who knows? Maybe we will be able to work a deal. Elon Musk, aliens, spacecraft, somewhere else. Who knows? There may be a safe place to go from the United States government. There may be. Just thinking. Anyway.
Well, I'm not convinced, John. Who says these UFOs or those sightings in 2004 were not man-made, and only that there is no government confirming that this is their possession or their stuff doesn't mean they are not man-made. And there are other sources which say that the technology of what we call here UFOs is known, and it was what we see here now might be military-based UFOs.
It could be, but it could be
based on the technique of those real alien UFOs. You know?
But even then, it's something that they're saying that they're going to announce stuff like that. So that might be. Maybe it is. Maybe the U.S. has been working on that technology, and maybe that technology is an energy source or something, does something different. You know, maybe they're about ready to do this.
Anyway, I'm curious what they are going to present us, and if we see what they have, we can evaluate what's going on there. Maybe what's going on there. Otherwise, yes. I don't think that they would publish anything which is not already used by military until there's nothing left over. I think we all agree about this.
Guys, there's so much stuff going on that we as normal people not know about.
Of course.
Meaning development of new technologies and so on, and hold back for profits and profit reasons and so on. So, yeah.
Well, I don't care. This is aliens. All right? I don't really
we will see.
Government stuff. This is it. They're there. We know they're there. Even if it is the government manipulating with it, it proves that there's fucking alien stuff. Okay?
I won't deny this, you know.
Then just everybody STF you. Just get off my back. But
Marcus, let's shut it. Let's don't burst this dream and
we have my day. Planet 9, we got fucking Planet 9. We got holes in Antarctica. We got just let me have my day. It's Alien Day. That's what is
Marcus.
All right. Okay, shall we beam up, Dennis, or shall we stay?
You guys are gonna leave? I should have picked the Scorpions song just to commemorate how awesome today is.
Okay, John, answer to this question, Dennis.
Yeah, let's leave.
Scotty.
Trump is proof of aliens. That would be sad. That's it. There's nothing else to talk about. Join us tomorrow for the PDPO show. And thank you all for being here. I hope you're safe wherever you are in the world. We got a lot of problems, a lot of things falling apart. But there are other countries that are getting their shit together. I'm talking more about America, really. So that's why we have the Germans, right? Help us out. So thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. We're gonna go out with we're gonna go of the many other things that happened in the last several days, and we didn't even cover most of them, really. There's just been too much. Every day is just another what's going to come out of Trump's ass and who's going to do what and what country is going to have, what's next. But Eminem had a nice little freestyle rap the other day, and we're going to watch it now, all 4 minutes and 34 seconds of it, because it doesn't matter what you think of Eminem. Don't shoot the messenger. Just take the message. I agree with him 100%. How you guys feel?
Not 100%, but I don't agree with his line, I love the military, because I think this is nonsense. But all the other stuff, I completely agree with him. He's absolutely right, and he said it onto the point.
This is some Eminem, which I fell in love with the music and so on. This weird rap. No. This is real rap back from the days when the people were doing their raps and their riffs off and so on, and protests and injustice and so on. And this is something very precious, because these days we don't see this like kind of rap music and culture of today. Yeah.
All right. Well,
and Kimo, he might be a hillbot, but anyway, his message about Trump is to the point.
Right.
You cannot deny him this,
Right. I mean, even Joanne Reed sometimes tweets things that I'm like, I hate her. I won't like it, but I agree with what she said.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to listen to it because it's about Trump. It's not about Hillary.